Hello, friends. I'm Max. Today we're talking about something that completely changed the way I learn, and something many top students quietly use every day. It's called active recall. Most students believe studying means reading the same material again and again. Textbooks, notes, highlighting, rewatching lectures, it feels productive. But research in cognitive science shows something surprising. Simply rereading information is one of the least effective ways to learn. The students who truly understand and remember material use a different strategy. They test their brain instead of feeding it. That strategy is called active recall. And once you understand how it works, studying becomes smarter, faster, and more effective. 1. The problem with traditional studying. Most students study like this. They open their notes. They read the chapter. They highlight key lines. Then they read everything again. It creates a false sense of understanding. Why? Because familiarity feels like knowledge. When you read something multiple times, it looks familiar, so your brain thinks it knows it. But when exam time arrives, many students realize they cannot actually recall the information without looking. The problem is simple. Recognition is not the same as recall. Real learning happens when your brain retrieves information without help. 2. A personal study trick I used as a student. When I was a student, I had my own strange method for concentrating. I used to sit at my desk, open my books, and turn the fan on at full speed. The loud sound of the fan helped block outside noise, people talking, traffic distractions. Then, I would read the material out loud. It forced me to slow down and pay attention. At the time, I thought the fan and the loud reading were the reasons I could focus so well, and to be honest, they did help. Because focus is the first step of effective studying, but later I realized something deeper. Focus alone is not enough. You also need the right learning technique. That's when I discovered something powerful. When you combine deep focus with active recall, memory becomes dramatically stronger. 3. What active recall actually is. Active recall is simple. Instead of rereading information, you force your brain to remember it. You close the book. Then you ask yourself questions like, what were the 3 main ideas in this chapter? How does this concept work? Can I explain this topic from memory? You pull the information out of your brain. That active retrieval strengthens memory dramatically. Research in learning science from institutions such as Harvard University and University of California, Los Angeles shows that retrieval practice improves long-term memory much more than rereading notes. In simple terms, the brain remembers what it is forced to retrieve. 4. Why smart students prefer active recall. Top-performing students don't just study longer, they study strategically. Active recall gives them 3 powerful advantages. First, faster learning, because retrieving information strengthens neural connections quickly. Second, stronger memory. Information practice through recall stays in the brain longer. Third, better exam performance, because exams require recalling answers. Exactly what this method trains. Instead of memorizing temporarily, active recall builds durable knowledge. 5. How to use active recall with writing. One of the most powerful ways to make active recall even more effective is by writing what you remember. Here's how it works. 1. Read and understand. 2. Close the book. 3. Write it down. 4. Repeat a few times. 5. Explain out loud. 6. The science behind it. Your brain works like a network. Every memory is stored as connections between neurons. When you retrieve information, those connections activate. Each retrieval strengthens the pathway. That's why practice quizzes, flashcards, and self-testing work so well. In the field of cognitive psychology, researchers call this phenomenon the testing effect. Ironically, testing yourself is one of the best ways to study. 7. Combining focus and active recall. Remember the study trick I mentioned earlier? The loud fan. Reading out loud, blocking distractions. That method worked because it created deep concentration. But once I combined that focus with active recall, my results improved dramatically. Here's what it looked like. 1. I read a section carefully. 2. I closed the book. 3. I explained the topic out loud from memory. 4. Then I checked what I missed. The fan blocked distractions. Speaking out loud forced my brain to organize ideas, and active recall strengthened the memory. Together, these techniques turned ordinary studying into powerful learning. 8. How you can use active recall today. Here are some simple ways to start. Read a section once, then close the book and summarize it from memory. Ask yourself questions instead of highlighting everything. Use flashcards. Apps like Anki or Quizlet help combine active recall with spaced repetition. But even without apps, the basic principle remains: close the book and challenge your brain to remember. 9. Why active recall feels hard. Many students avoid active recall because it feels uncomfortable. You try to remember something and your mind goes blank. It feels frustrating, but that struggle is exactly what strengthens memory. When studying feels easy, your brain is often just recognizing information. When studying feels difficult, your brain is building stronger connections. Productive learning always includes effort. 10. Study smarter, not longer. Many students think success requires endless hours of studying, but smart students focus on efficiency. 2 focused hours using active recall can outperform 6 hours of passive reading, because effective learning isn't about time. It's about how your brain processes information. If you want better results, study with questions. Test yourself often. Focus on retrieval, not repetition. Final lessons. 1. Rereading notes creates familiarity but not true understanding. 2. Real learning happens when your brain retrieves information from memory. 3. Active recall strengthens memory far more than passive review. 4. Combining deep concentration with active recall dramatically improves retention. 5. Testing yourself is one of the most powerful ways to study. 6. Starting your day early helps your brain focus better and improves study effectiveness. 7. Focus techniques help, but learning methods matter even more. 8. Smart students prioritize strategy, not just study time. 9. Tools like flashcards and practice tests support active recall. 10. Writing down what you recall reinforces memory and makes it faster to remember. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you never miss a story or a lesson from me, Max. Let's keep learning, growing, and evolving together.